never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. This love that you never started. You once destroyed a broken heart that was already shattered. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back. Holding on to what we have, you take us to the edge and back.
And now it's just like, man, you got to have that time where you just like disconnect from the scene, just the race. Like, and it's a race that I've created in my head, you know? But you have to step away from it.
From beneath the sand, things can take me across, seem so far away. Across this universe, she lives another day. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away. I know the reason she stays. I know the reason she's so far away.
And hello, Darkside Junkies.
How's it going?
Reaver here with...
Sojix.
All right. So, let's see. This is our July 3rd, 2016.
Third podcast.
Third podcast. On July 3rd. All right. Threes everywhere. Also, happy early 4th of July to everybody. I hope everyone's staying safe. If you're drinking, stay indoors. All right. So let's see. First off, what are we going to start with today?
How about the debacle of Fallout 4 console mods?
Oh my god. Actually, do we want to start there or do we want to talk about what we've been playing this week?
Oh yeah, let's keep it consistent.
Okay,
What have we been playing this week?
Well, as everyone's noticed, that's been following me, I started Minecraft this week.
Yay.
First time ever.
A little late to the game there.
I am very late to the game. We're playing with Bobby, or AKA Buck Nasty.
Buck Nasty.
He started up his own server. It's private, so it's just us.
Yeah.
We modded it. Feed the Beast.
Doing the Feed the Beast Ultimate, I believe.
Feed the Beast Ultimate, yes.
Which is insane.
Yep. As everyone saw, I did a 10.5 hour stream yesterday.
And thank you to all our new followers.
Yes,
Welcome.
thank you to all the new follows. Thank you so much.
We're having a ton of fun with it. I mean, I've been playing it on console for a couple years. Played PS3 and then 4.
So
And
what's the difference?
everything?
Everything. What is the difference? I always thought it was the same game.
No, I mean it is, and its core mechanics are the same. But the real big thing to get used to is like on the consoles versions, you go to your crafting, and all your recipes are there. So you want to make a pickaxe, you tab over to the pickaxe picture, click it, and you have your pickaxe.
So you don't make it. There's no recipe list.
There's no recipe list to memorize, nothing like that, and all this it just takes the stuff from your inventory and just makes it
Wow,
for you
yeah, we
on
got to
the
do
PC.
patterns and everything.
You got to start
man.
remembering the patterns and all that, which is a little bit of a challenge at first. I mean, it's it's a lot of little stuff to memorize, but they just start coming naturally to you. You know, once you do a couple hundred pickaxes, you got it.
You got it.
Yeah, but
And the other thing is with the mod going up and everything, we have on the right side, you and the bottom you can type in what you're trying to make.
Right.
You can click it and it goes and shows you
Right.
how it goes, like the recipe.
and the Feed the Beast mod, it adds so many more items to it. It's hard not to have something like that.
Oh yeah,
I
dude,
mean,
there's-
unless you had like a notebook next to you and wrote them all down, it'd be very difficult to memorize all that.
Oh yeah.
Now I did play a little bit of Feed the Beast with you guys on day one, but I keep a kind of a strict sleeping schedule,
Oh yeah.
so I wasn't. And yesterday,
Yeah, I was on till like 4 something in the morning.
Yeah, no, man, that's my sleeping.
I didn't fall asleep till just about 5, I think, and then I woke up at 9. So I got 4 hours of sleep.
Yeah, that sounds like a you problem.
I woke up just fine.
But no, yesterday was my work. I work every Saturday, and then my D&D night.
You?
Yeah, and we had a ton of fun. My monk was whooping ass. My Warforged monk.
Nice.
Actually, no.
What is your Warforged monk's name?
Actually, it's Dethol,
Dethel.
spelled like this: Dethol,
Okay.
and last name Seer. I believe I took it from either Drugar or Dwarven words. Dethol means to choose, and Seer is to see, a light, to choose light.
To choose light.
I'm a monk. I chose light. So the whole thing,
Nice.
I know we're kind of segueing a little.
No, that's fine. We're
tangent
gonna
a little
update every
gaming.
week.
Gaming
with-
includes tabletop. All games
Yeah.
matter.
all games matter.
Okay.
More than anything, all games matter.
Honestly, I mean, yes, I love video games, but I just absolutely love tabletop. It's a whole different. It's literally what you make of it. I mean, you play any game, any sandbox game. It's what you make of it.
Yeah,
in
Skyrim,
the
Fallout. You do your own. Like, yes, there's
But
crafted narrative stories.
within the parameters they gave you.
Yeah.
Now, I'm playing with a DM who's really fair, really cool, and I got to try something yesterday that I'd always talked about with a couple of friends. And actually, Wes and I were talking about a luchador class.
Oh yes.
So we were talking about some of that stuff. So I kind of decided. So we walk into a room, and there's a drunk bugbear.
A drunk bugbear. He's
So-
drunk.
He's drunk.
What is he, mushroom grog?
No, well, bugbears in this one they're a lot more. They're a lot more sentient.
Oh.
They're not like your typical just angry bear. It's a fully armored. He was holding this huge 2-handed Morning Star.
What?
And so we walk in, and all we see is this big, huge 15-foot table, the drunk bugbear, and our rogue tries to do roguey things and sneak in. Of course, she messes up, and she nicks the table and wakes the dude up.
Oh my
So,
god. Nicks the table?
Actually, no, it wasn't her.
No.
No, she's our ranger.
Of course she is.
She's our ranger.
Of course
She's our ranger. So then we all roll initiative, and so we get a surprise round. So everyone does a couple of things, and I was
Okay.
third on the list. So I'm like, damn. I tackle the table and I push it into him.
Oh.
Because remember, I'm
Make
playing
it
a war.
this is what players do. They make the DM think on their feet.
Yes. He's like, okay.
Yeah, if you don't get that reaction multiple times at the table, you're doing it wrong.
But I had to very, very precisely explain how I was doing it. Because
You have to.
Well, you
You
think
have
about it, it's a huge 15-foot table made of solid wood.
But you're also Warforged.
I'm a Warforged, but my strength is also only 15. So you got to, it's a little bit of give and take. And obviously, as a player, I have no idea what this bugbear's stats are. And
Yes.
I'm not metagaming, so I'm not going to look up, how strong is this guy, maybe.
Oh, yeah,
his
we
abilities.
gotta know. We gotta know.
None of that. I'm just like, what would my guy do in the heat of the moment? I see
Player
a big,
knowledge versus character knowledge.
very different. And you got to be able to
You
segment
have to
the
be able
two.
to segment it.
And so anyway, I tackle the table, and then initially, I failed my roll. But initially,
No.
what I wanted to do was go in and tackle the table,
Like shoulder
up,
bump?
shoulder bump the table, and shove it up because he was sitting at a chair on the other end,
Okay.
at the wide end.
So
of it,
you
not the
wanted
long
to-
end. I wanted to throw the table on top of him.
Yes.
I wanted to flip the table up onto him so that then he would have to spend a couple of rounds getting the
Getting
table
up,
off of
getting
himself,
off, and up.
that would give all the rest of us enough time to surround him. But then it turns out that he's been worked on. He had this his jaw was rotting off, and he had this metal jaw that at the time we didn't know gave him a magical ability to spit these nasty acid balls at us.
Oi.
I'm made of stone. So I'm made of stone and wood and iron and stuff. So anyway, he kills me. My Deathwall had never died before. He died. It didn't die as a Warforged. I shut down or whatever. But
You just
as of right now, actually no. At the end, we finally fixed me back up. But I had a big, huge dent in my head because he beat the crap out of me with his Morning Star. But it was a fight. It was the hardest fight we've done so far, and it was just the one thing. He almost wiped us all out. And then everyone, our ranger, she's playing,
our ranger.
she's playing a tiefling this time. Just very, very. I know, very unlike her. She's not an elf. She's not an elf. She's playing the tiefling. She's doing a very good job of it, and it's really funny because we have another party member who's also a ranger. I believe she's an elf of some sort, and
Two rangers.
two rangers, a rogue, a wizard.
Please tell me they're
and
not
me.
both bows.
They're both bows.
Of course, no
But-
one's dual wielding.
No,
No one's just wielding this shit
I
up.
wish. Hey, if I was a ranger,
Oh my god.
I'd be dual wielding. I'd be in there with my two scimitars. What's
and my
up?
panther. Like, what's up?
They'll
Or
get
my
there.
snorts. Actually, snorts.
The
Let's
snorts.
be real.
Right.
I'd have snorts.
But no, but they are doing a good job. They keep them off of me, and then it works well, except for the fact that they're all firing into melee, so they take a -5 to their attacks. But it's a little ridiculous. But our tiefling is very good at dropping her bow and busting out her longsword and start whipping ass.
Nice.
So she does well there. But anyway, she looks evil, right? She's a tiefling. She looks like
Yeah.
a demon. Our other ranger despises anything infernal. So they have a little dynamic there going. It's really
Oh,
fun.
that's fun.
It's really, really
That's
fun.
gotta be fun.
But anyway, I die essentially. They bring me back because the wizard knows how to mend items.
Oh.
And I'm
You're
not
an item.
I'm not an item, but I'm not
Do
organic.
Warforged have souls?
They do.
They do.
They do.
That's why they're
All
Warforged.
All Warforged matter.
I,
No,
I personally love the Warforged. They're like my.
Oh, they're really cool.
My brick.
I used to break. No,
Brick.
I used to not
My
like them because
Warforged barbarian.
I felt they were really OP, but
They're
they're
not.
they are in some sense.
They are in some
because
sense.
we were fighting these
Outside of combat, they can be very OP. They don't have to breathe.
no,
they don't
even-
have to.
even in combat. We were fighting something that had poison. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, it does. Never mind. Poison doesn't affect you.
But poison, but acid still hurts.
Acid will fuck me. It missed. Oh god, it missed. Oh, I was
He
so
said-
lucky. It missed. It went right over me and hit the square right behind me.
Boy.
And then my shenanigans didn't end there because I didn't succeed in flipping
Of
the
course
table.
they didn't.
Oh no! So I tried to push the table in. His strength check was so much greater than mine. He shoved the table back at me and did a D8 worth of damage.
Aye,
Like, it
a
was
D8?
just- oh yeah, it took 6
A
damage. from me.
D8 for improvised. Ow.
Oh, he's,
Ow.
his
It's usually a
strength-
D4. Let's just get that right.
So it's a 15-foot table and it's a giant bugbear. So, but his strength thing was he must have rolled a 20 or something.
Bruh,
But-
Brick would have gone and just tried to grapple with him.
That's what I'm working at. I think
He would have just grabbed him. No!
my dex is already 17, so I think I'm just gonna leave that there and just keep increasing my strength. And I'm gonna start throwing bitches around. Just
See, because I used to be the DM for our group. And then he was the DM for a short time. And that's where Brick came to be, my Warforged Barbarian.
oh, he was a bugbear barbarian.
But of course he was.
He started frothing at the mouth, and I was like, "Oh shit!" Then I tried to hop up. I tried to hop on the table. And mind you, I have a +10 to my tumble and jump, +10, and I failed. I think I rolled
You roll two?
a 2 or a 1. I rolled something terrible. I rolled up, and so I messed up my roll, and I was right on the table because my
So last night was not your night.
no, I was getting my ass whooped all over.
The god dice were not on your side.
I forgot my dice.
That's why.
I was using borrowed dice.
That's why.
I was trying to chorus them and trying to get the dice to love me, but
Deathel Seer was not happy with you.
he couldn't see anything.
He couldn't see.
So, and then we ran away from a fire elemental.
I'd run away too.
Yeah, well, it was a baby fire elemental from what we hear. We didn't actually see it.
I don't care.
Because I got mended back
Knowing
up.
Jeff, I don't care.
Well, it wasn't Jeff, but I got mended to 1 health point. So we come across a fire elemental. I'm like, guys, I have 1 health point. I'm not fighting this thing. Peace out of here. And and then the kind of the way I'm playing him is that I am channeling my inner Teal'c with this Warforged.
Nice. Yep.
Well, the Warforged are by nature expressionless.
Yes.
They're made of metal. You can't
Metal,
stone,
wood, or iron. Ironwood.
You
like,
can't tell their expression. So very direct. Like someone was saying, "Oh, well, that's food for thought." I'm like, my thoughts do not require food. What do you mean?
Yes.
Mostly my rogue. Mostly I would just piss it off the rogue because she'd say euphemisms, and I'd be like, "That makes no sense."
So you're playing Tilk or Dax from what's
Drax.
his name? Drax.
Drax from yeah, no, actually,
Letting
yeah.
things go right over
Yeah,
their
it's
head.
what?
Nothing goes over my head.
Nothing goes
I
over
catch
my
it
head.
all.
No. So that's the game. One of the games I was playing this week.
So and then together, I think we didn't we do an unepic?
we did another
We
unepic,
did
and I've been
another-
playing it a lot on single player. Actually, I've been having too much fun with it.
That game is fun.
It's
That's-
very Metroidvania, and you know what? It's been so long since I played a game that doesn't. It's not like, look, don't get me wrong. We love our open world, do whatever the hell you want in this games. But it's like, hey, you know what? I got my objective, I got to complete it. But it's also unepic doesn't hold your hand, doesn't walk you through it. You got to figure it the hell out.
Yeah, unepic is it's fun. I usually don't like games like this.
You do
I
usually don't.
played them so much when I was younger
That you're done.
that I was done. Like PB and J's, still can't eat them to this day. I can't eat PB and J's.
Could you get Adams peanut butter? Hashtag we're not sponsored by Adams peanut butter, but we're open to being sponsored by Adams peanut butter.
Get out of here.
I love Adams peanut butter.
I've never even heard of it.
It's all organic, and because it's all organic. I usually don't give a crap about the organic
Yeah.
stuff, but it's all organic, no sugar added at all.
So just straight up pure
Straight,
ground.
like the top layer of it is that peanut oil. You got to mix that shit in. I
that sounds
love.
good.
My wife showed me that peanut butter. Since then, dude, I don't look back. Skippy, who's that?
Who's Skippy?
Peter Pan.
Peter Pan. Oh,
go
God.
back to Neverland.
That's how you know you're poor. If you know that Peter Pan peanut butter is a thing, you've struggled at some point in your life.
yeah.
I have.
Oh yeah. The struggle.
We've
is
all
real.
been there. But no, an epic. So much fun.
Watch
It has-
our streams of it. It's
Oh, yeah.
It's a very humorous game, and I love the co-op for what it is. The single player though is super comical, super fun.
I wish.
having a ton
I
of fun
wish.
with
And let's bring it to another point for this is.
Oh yeah,
Why can't we get that single player experience with co-op?
money in that game's case, it's funding. They
Yeah,
don't-
one guy.
They don't
two.
have the funding to voice, two games essentially. 'Cause that's what you're doing when it's that kind of game. You're voicing two games. You're voicing the single player campaign, and then you got to voice a second one. But at the same, you know what?
I
though?
wouldn't even care if they pretended that the second player wasn't there,
I see what you're saying.
as long as we had access to the same things.
Well, some of it would be too easy. Well, they would then have to have a auto.
scaling mechanic,
Scaling
for
mechanic to make it harder.
the different, okay.
But the other stuff I've been playing, I just started this morning though. Mass Effect 1.
Going back to it,
Going
he's
back.
played it before.
Tons of times.
So,
Yeah. You remember that picture with my giant hair?
Oh my god!
That
I
picture-
have it somewhere.
That picture's still not on the internet, and it will not.
It
go
will
on.
be.
No.
That now I'm going to search.
No. But Mass Effect 1, I want to play through the whole thing, the whole series again, because I still never finished 2, and I don't want to start 2 without having my save file to continue on from 1. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
You have 1 and 2 on Steam,
Yes.
and you don't.
I don't have 3 yet, but so it's gonna take me
Okay.
a while to finish 1 and 2, because there are one is still a decently long game, and 2 is a very big game, and 2 does have achievements, so that'll take me a while.
So
But I've been playing Mass Effect, Unepic, some more Stardew Valley. Still can't wait for the co-op for that. It's gonna be great.
yeah, the reason why I haven't put much of that on stream is 1, Buck Nasty started up the Minecraft server, so that happened. And 2, I think I'm waiting for co-op.
yeah,
for Stardew Valley.
and that's fair, and that's kind of how I felt about it too. I'm like, well, I'm gonna be putting a lot of work into it, and
Yeah, and then we're gonna start over from scratch. So.
yeah, so that's why I've been focusing on Unepic, because it is a complete separate game from the multiplayer.
yes,
And then that's why I'm going to play some single players. I'm going to play Mass Effect 1. Robbie, who gifted me Kingdoms of Amulet, I'm going to be playing that here in the near future.
American Infidel.
Yeah, it's American Infidel. Thank you.
He gifted you what?
Kingdoms of Amulet.
Oh, I
Like-
still haven't beaten that game. You know what? That might be a game. I need to
That'd be a good stream.
install my USB hub, and then I can use my I might do that after the podcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that'd be a great single player to do.
It's a great game. I'm looking forward to playing that again. But I'm going to focus on Mass Effect. I've been feeling like I've been itching to shoot. I'm itching to shoot stuff.
It's just your stuff. I understand that feeling.
But speaking of feelings, I remember when you and I first started learning gaming from you back when 360 days back in on
Oi, early
early
days.
like 10, 12 years ago. When we used to always say, back when we used to have to trade in every game we had to get that new game, right?
Yeah, every game we had to get that one new game.
We used to always keep 3 games: a shooting game, an RPG, and a racing game.
Yep, all 3.
And now I know you don't play racing as much as you used to before.
Well, because they haven't made anything like Need for Speed Underground 2.
I do want to give a shout out to the latest Need for Speed, though. It's not
Is it?
fantastic, but I think we also have to not keep holding it to the standards of the predecessors. We're not going to be as impressed with the game that we were when we were 12 than we are now, because now we drive real cars. We know what it's like. But for the arcade driving game that Need for Speed is, the new Need for Speed does a fantastic job.
Well, here, it's not nostalgia speaking for me for Need for Speed Underground 2, and I know it's not.
Hey, you were like 30 when that one came out?
Shut you fucking ass. It was the feature set. All the different
Need for Speed has
cars, all the upgrading,
Customizations, upgraded. Need for Speed has all that.
even the car decals, all
Yep.
of that.
Upgrade. Not only that, you have tons of downloadable skins that exist. So
Really?
like my
Paid or free?
both.
Okay.
Mostly free though. They're community made ones.
Okay.
So like I have one that gave my card a Deadpool skin, and someone took the time to make a
Does it
really
say Chippy
better-
Chunkus?
No, it has a Deadpool symbol. It's red and black, but
Oh, that's dope.
No, it looks
Which Need
great.
for Speed is this?
it's just called Need for Speed. It's the latest.
The
Need for Speed.
brand new, the
Just
newest one
came
that
out October or
Okay, back in October. Okay,
Yeah.
I know which one you're talking about.
just came out. But speaking of car games, so that's a great one.
So that's our arcade.
that's the arcade driver
Now we're gonna
I'll-
segue into
simulation driver.
simulation.
Gran Turismo, I feel like it's not getting enough attention out there because it did have some space in E3. It wasn't in the main showcase of PlayStation's games, but Gran Turismo Sport is coming out November 15th of this year. I'm actually really excited about it. I knew it was I knew it was in production because they always do a Gran Turismo for the PlayStation, but they took
Yeah, surprisingly, that's been absent.
on PlayStation 4.
Yeah. Well, how long? Fuck. It's
Well,
been 3
Gran
years.
Turismo
Are we halfway through the console life cycle right now?
came out 2000.
6 years. About 6 years of the console life cycle. Are we?
Well, they aim to get 10 out of this.
I
They
don't
aim
know.
to get 10. Well, and that'll bring us to the conversation we had
Yeah.
about PlayStation. But on Gran Turismo, PlayStation 3 was very complicated to write for. We know that. To develop
The
for
cell architecture
to write
made
for.
it was more powerful, but it made it. But it was really hard to write for.
Right. So, Gran Turismo, unfortunately, only had the issue of making for the one. It was an exclusive, PlayStation exclusive,
Yeah.
so they don't have to deal with writing for 2 different ones. But the issue that Gran Turismo ran into in PlayStation 3 was licensing for the cars.
the cars?
For the cars themselves. A lot of the more luxury, exotic brands from Europe, your Ferraris, your Bugattis, all those kinds, they were either not wanting to give up their licensing and not wanting to let Gran Turismo put the cars in the game, because at that time there was a lot of concept cars that were just coming out.
Yeah.
So they were like, no, we don't want to give you the super secret info, and this car is going to come out because then people are going to speculate on the real life car. All this bullshit. It took them years to finally, because the Gran Turismo 5 Prologue came out maybe a year or two after the PlayStation 3 came out. Then Gran Turismo 5, the full game, took like another 4 or 5 years after that to come out, and it was ridiculous. So,
here's a question. I don't know if you know the answer to it, but did Forza have this issue? How did Forza get around?
I think I don't know the exact answer, but I know that they didn't have the same issues. Forza has been consistent, but Forza also
Been around for a while.
Well, Gran Turismo's been around for longer. Gran Turismo's been around since PlayStation 1.
Has it?
Yes.
And they've been struggling each iteration with
Just PlayStation 3.
the license? Just the 3
I want to look
huh?
more into it, and I'll bring more news back onto this.
Okay.
But I want to say that
that is
like-
interesting.
my gut instinct might be that maybe someone was making deals with the Forza team that they don't want to spread over to the Gran Turismo team also. Because Forza and Gran Turismo are the same kind of game. They're the simulation driver.
Yeah, the simulation driver.
That,
you got Forza for the Xbox, and you got Gran Turismo for PS for PlayStation.
So I think there may have been an issue of maybe Forza was like, "Hey, we'll give you more. Don't give it to them." I don't know. That's purely
It
speculation.
could have been. We'd
I have to
never
find
know.
out.
That's shit. That's shit. We probably will never know.
That's true. But I'll do some digging and find out more about that.
Investigative journalism.
Yeah, I can do that. But I am very excited. Gran Turismo Sport has not only a release date, but a really great trailer that I'd like to show our viewers now.
Now?
Yeah, let's watch it before we talk about it, so I can talk about some of the cool features that we've got coming.
Trailer for
Gran
Gran
Turismo.
Turismo. That's right. Which I did not grab.
I linked it in.
Yeah. It's Gran Turismo Sport, right?
Yep. E3 trailer number 2.
E3 trailer number 2. I don't know why I spaced that. That one right there, right?
Not this. That one.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. While we pull it over. Back to
Maybe
that.
you do need 3 screens.
See, I'm telling you, I need to, and I can have them all the other ones listed already. All right, and boom, we're gonna make ourselves a little smaller, and then we will.
Makes it a little smaller.
Hmm?
Make it a little smaller.
Yes.
Taking up a big chunk. There you go.
Yep.
Welcome to the first FIA Gran Turismo Championship. Step from the 2 leaders, and Tijani and Marstella go very wide. Let's have a look at an instant replay. Here's Tijani, he goes wide. Marstella absolutely overcooks it, both into the barrier. Down the hill, into the right hand. Who's going to get second place? Side by side between Thornton. He's got a good exit out of Graham Hill into the left hand. And as soon as these cars come across the start-finish line, the race will begin. Racing here at the Northern Isles Speedway, and a good start immediately from Ruiz. And look at Tom Boyashi, he's looking up the inside into the right-hander of Westfields. Cut back to the Audi, spinning around. What a shame there, Eduardo Panozzi.
Tanisi from Yamada. This is incredible. Who's going to be the second place into the right-hander? Oh, what a shame.
All right.
So
a few really big
that was
things.
beautiful.
Oh yeah, no.
For one, let's start right there.
Yes, no, it looks magnificent. They're going all out with this. I really wish it got more screen time on their main showcase, or any. But the problem is, unfortunately, racing games aren't. They're not Call of Duty, so people don't care as much.
No, yeah, it doesn't get as much attention.
No. But a couple of the really big things to take away from this. So they said driving is for everyone. There is now going to be I believe it's weekly, national tournament championship, in where they'll have people competing, representing their country. So you saw a lot of people were wearing the white shirts, had the little flags for their country. So you'd be able to race, in our case, for the United States. We'll go online, we'll race, we'll be representing the United States. And as we work our way through these
USA.
as we work our way through these real-time live tournaments, we could, if you get good, you get good. You get to the very top. You could race for your country, and then not only that, so there's two.
Bruh, that'd be amazing.
I know I will never get there.
Bruh, what if you did though?
Hey, what if?
Like your first time. Like,
I'll need that driving chair though.
No,
You know,
the one with your feet kicked up.
man. But there's going to be two great new modes. So they were talking about how driving is for everybody. Well, actually, three modes that I'll talk about really quick. Driving is for everybody. Driving simulators get a bad rap for being so real and difficult. Driving in real life, a lot of us do it. It's not the hardest thing in the world, but in simulators, it's a whole different animal because you can't actually see around you like you can in real life. Now,
unless you get a tri-screen setup,
okay.
all around, or you get VR.
Oh, you get VR.
Which
that would be the next step.
PlayStation VR.
Yeah, that'd be the next step. That's
I bet you there's going to be a bundle for Gran Turismo and the PlayStation VR.
They'd have to do a really badass bundle for probably around $700, or more. Think about it. They got to do VR, Gran Turismo, a steering wheel,
the shifter and the pedals.
Shifter and pedals to make. You want the true driving experience.
You want the true VR driving experience.
Because
that's how they. I see it. I fucking foresee it.
Greatness awaits. Drive a Bugatti.
Drive a Bugatti.
That ain't us. Right? I'll never be in a Bugatti. I'll never wake up in a Bugatti.
No.
But for the low price of $700 in virtual reality, you could. No, but so 3 great new modes. So they're gonna have a beginner's mode where it's gonna walk you through everything. So some of the simplest things that will seem very simple, but when you translate real life skill to a video game skill, it's very different. You know?
Yes.
So it's going to walk you through every little thing on how to shift, how to drive, how to turn into a corner. Because turning a corner in real life, you're not going around corners around 80 miles an hour, or at least you shouldn't. And if you are, don't. But there's, because, from my original driving teacher, he drives very aggressively.
Very aggressive.
And I was taught to drive like that. And I fortunately never got in an accident, but there's a lot, when I think back at a lot of the corners and how I used to take them, it was a little risky. They're supposed to be, the kind of corner that are designed for you to stop and turn, not take them at 30, 40 miles an hour.
Or take them at 10 to 15, maybe 20 miles an hour, not
or
50, 60, 70 miles an hour.
Which I've done, and it's, but anyway, so it's going to teach you how to racing drive. Racing driving is very different from regular driving.
Yes.
So it teaches you all the things, and it even goes to the higher levels of it teaching you. It starts teaching you racing etiquette. Because, in true racing like that, it's not like drag racing. You're not going to start bumping into each other and
this isn't bumper carts.
Throwing your NOS bottles at each other.
2016.
You're not doing that. It teaches you true racing etiquette, when to pass and how to do all that. So anyway, it's really going to help people learn the driving simulator and drive that. So I'm really excited about that. I'm really excited about Nationals Cup. There's going to be 2 cups, Nationals Cup and then Manufacturers Cup. Manufacturer Fan Cup. I'm a big Honda fan. Love Hondas. Honda SI, Civic SI, the Civic SI hatchback, which, by the way, I know we're not a car talk show, but they might bring back the Type R to the United States. That's a Honda Civic Coupe Type R.
Is it a hatchback?
It might be. They might bring a hatchback back.
Oh, my God.
They might bring a Type R hatchback. Oh, you bet your ass, because I have a way to go and drive one, because I know one of the owners.
Is your car still on lease?
My car's not on lease.
Right. Nick's is.
Yeah, but
okay.
That's.
I was about to say
we're not getting a Type R.
Go get a Type R, huh?
A Civic SI almost like quadrupled my insurance. Because they're the cars that get stolen the most, and the Civic SIs. I mean, they're a lot better than a regular Civic, sure, but they're not. The difference between an SI and a Civic is nothing compared to the difference between like an SI and a Type R. Like
it's like saying, hey, here's my pickup truck, and hey, here's a Bugatti.
I mean, yeah, just about, but, so anyway, I'm really excited about this. I'm not your typical car guy, I don't do the fixing and the stuff. I pay someone to do that for me, but I just love cars, love driving them. I wish I can get into the mechanics of it, but I'm not. But anyway, but Manufacturer Cup, you're a Honda fan, you get in there, you pick your Honda, and you're driving against only Hondas. Or only Volkswagens or only Ferraris, because you go into a race, a Honda and a Ferrari, apples and oranges.
Yeah, apples and oranges.
Because like say you're a fan, or like remember I used to really love the Lancer. Lancer used to be one of my favorite cars.
Yeah, let's take the Lancer Evo and my Bugatti Veyron.
Both beautiful cars, but you're talking
one's gonna shit on the other.
You're talking apples and oranges. So then when you go to those competitions, those true big competitions, everyone's limited to just using that same type of supercars. So anyway, that's what they have the manufacturer ones. Even within Honda, you have their more supercars. But anyway, you have so you have those 3 modes, and then the champions of the Manufacturer Fan Cup and the Nationals Cup every year will be honored and will be given the reward at the actual FIA, which stands for I'm not going to pronounce it right. It's Italian, but Federación Internacional de Automóviles, which is translates in English to the International Federation of Automobile Racing.
Okay.
So this is separate from, it has nothing to do with NASCAR. It has nothing to do with that. It's Europe's. It's a more worldwide competition.
A global competition.
Yeah. So, but video game champions are going to be honored at those ceremonies. Right
that'd
next
be nuts.
Because they're
right next to the real life drivers.
Well, what I would love about this is that we've been talking, personally about how Major League Gaming is coming to the forefront so much more.
You got schools actually holding actual like esports teams.
Why not?
I know, and it's like
it's a hobby. It's our generation's hobby. It's what we do.
Yeah, like we don't like there. You still got your people out there, doing your model rockets, but you also have people that dedicate a lot of time to gaming.
They do, and there's nothing wrong with it. And
yours truly.
Right, and we love gaming. And there's kids that this is what they love. This is what they do. It's their escape from their lives or whatever. But yeah, esports teams are being out there. So these esports champions are going to be honored right next to the motorsports champions.
That's dope.
I think that is fantastic, and I think that's going to
It's a big step for our industry as a whole.
I think it's going to open the door for possible for other things like it to come to the limelight.
Because I mean, as far as the gaming industry has come, and the acceptance. Because remember, back when I was in grade school,
We're somewhere around World War II.
get out of here. Back when I was in grade school,
Being a,
even very early high school or junior high,
even when I was in high school,
gaming, you were looked at as a fucking nerd.
you're a nerd.
You're a nerd.
dweeb.
You're weak. You're a dweeb. You're this, that, the other.
We all know.
And then you had your jocks. But now look at it. You have jocks who play. Those are the douches of the internet. Because they were douches to begin with.
Wow.
Yeah, I was a jock, but I also like hung out.
Well,
like I did my football, but then I went and hung out with the nerds and the dweebs and the geeks.
I've always thought I had an interesting perspective on it. I was, during your typical lunch break, I was either playing Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, or Pokemon trading cards, or my Pokemon DS, or whatever. I used to hold little Pokemon DS tournaments at my school.
Yep.
And then after school, I was the captain of the wrestling team.
Yeah, and I did football.
You know, and there's a lot of us who have, we're part of both worlds. But anyway, with all of that is that it's becoming the norm. We're no longer being talked down to. Oh, hey, what do you do? Oh, I play video games. I'm cool. Yeah. No, it's I play video games. Oh, cool. Everyone does.
But what I was getting to is like even the jocks that teased us when we were younger.
Oh, they're playing games.
They're playing games now. But the people who are still looking at us as if we're a subculture is our parents' generation still.
Yeah.
Though the people who are in power or like the people who host news stations, the people who like all the people who write legislation, all those people, they're too old. They refuse to look.
Right now, as we speak, the Pokemon National tournaments are going on.
Yep.
There's zero coverage. No one cares.
No one cares.
We care. We're watching it.
I guarantee you, by the time my daughter hits high school, these are the kind of things we'll hear about on news. Oh, so-and-so won the Pokemon National Championship this week.
I'll be very proud.
I on news, on like Fox or whatever. I guarantee you.
I don't know about Fox. Maybe MSNBC.
Oh, what? I don't know about that. But I'm sure we'll hear it on mainstream
on some
media.
sort of mainstream media.
Yeah.
That hey,
like as much as we don't care for mainstream media, but
that's
a whole nother.
That's another show.
Another show.
But no, yeah, I'm really excited for the fact that as gamers and as yes, your child, my future children, I want them to be able to be proud of gaming. It's a culture. It's.
Yeah, we don't have to look at it now like. Yeah, I got a Sega. I got a Sega.
What's funny is that I've known several people, right, who have significant others, who spend every dime they have on drugs, alcohol, inappropriate other things, and my vice is video games.
Yeah, my wife knows where I'm at.
Yeah,
right here.
And I'm not saying that. And on the other end of that, there are gamers who more so fit into those stereotypes of they're gonna ignore their significant other because they're playing games all day.
Well, those are just asshats to begin with.
Those are asshats to begin with. I agree. So I would.
That don't know how to separate.
Well, because I remember when I used to be part of the dating circle, and and you'd come up, hey, what do you do? Oh, I play video games. Because I remember we used to run our guild. We used to run a guild on World of Warcraft.
Yes.
And
that was a long time ago.
A long time ago.
On my laptop that had the fans broken, and I had to have it lifted up with a small fan behind it, blowing air underneath to keep it cool so I could play. Oh my God. Days of the struggles, bro.
That was the struggle.
The days of ramen for every meal.
That was the Peter Pan peanut butter.
Peter Pan peanut butter days.
Yeah, but running a guild successfully, and actually it's funny because I just on Facebook right before we started the show, I saw this article about a gamer sharing his experiences as a guild leader for years. It truly is a skill, and I can't find it right now really quick, but running a guild of 50, 100 people is no different than managing a work team.
No, it's the same.
You have, we all know
you
in
need
MMOs,
the same type of leadership material, experiences, and just leadership skills, and management skills. You have to have the exact same type of skills because you're gonna have not every single person is going to be a type B personality while you're sitting there as a type A. You're going to have multiple type A's, multiple type B's, even a few type C's. You're going to have everything, and you have to be able to manage all of them.
I remember I got into this guild during this time. You weren't playing anymore, but my wife and I were playing, and we were part of this guild who they recruited me into their guild. They were already running it, and they saw how, I liked helping people, and I was kind of, I'm always the healer, always. Mm-hmm. So I was healing. They're like, hey, what do you play? I'm like, oh, well, right now I'm working on, I have all my different healing classes. Oh, we have this other guy who wants to heal, but he doesn't know how yet. Let's do a run of such and such dungeon, and let's teach him how to heal. So then, before I knew it, I was running our healers. I was teaching all the healers how to heal. Anyone who wanted
You're
to
the
be
Grandmaster healer?
I was Grandmaster healer. And then I was like, well, guys, let's organize it. So then they made me, one of the guild leaders with them as well. And then we started organizing. All right, who's our best tank? Such and such is the best tank. Cool. He's going to start teaching people how to tank. So they start, So my whole point with all of that, though, is that running guilds, doing that kind of stuff, are real-world skills that I would love.
Oh, yeah.
If you grab a child, a middle schooler, high schooler, somewhere around there, and you start teaching them these kinds of skills. Start teaching them time management. Start teaching them managing people. Those are skills that will translate. Hey, well, what are your qualifications? Oh, well, I ran a guild. Well, that's stupid. But maybe in 10 years, we ran a guild. Which one? Oh, I ran such and such guild.
Which one? Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of your guild. They cleared such and such dungeon in such and such time. It seems trivial and laughable now, but I look forward to the time when maybe that will be a true resume builder.
And seriously, because those skills legitly translate. Like, if they really do.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not easy managing people.
No, because people are stupid.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, people of the world, and any people who identify themselves as not people, or anything like that.
Okay. Another show. Another
That's another show. No, I'm just poking fun at it, but in case we have any aliens watching, maybe they're not people. Maybe there's a different being. I don't know. But the people are difficult, and just it's our nature, because everyone wants things their way, and that's understandable. And having a leader who knows how to lead and people who know how to follow. I have learned a lot lately by playing I've never played in a DM group or in a D&D group where You
didn't take party lead?
I didn't take party lead. Well, I started taking party lead a little bit more because
You're type A personality.
Well, because that's just my nature. But everyone's like, oh, there's that door, and we hear something over there, and there's that door, and we hear something over there. My character walks up and knocks down the door.
Yeah.
I guess we're going that way. Let's go.
It's just, instead of spending 30 minutes to an hour debating which door to fucking go.
And that's why I love that I'm making this character very direct.
Yes.
Very no fluff in this conversation. What are we doing? We're going through that door.
What about that? No, that door. There is no other door behind us. There's only what I see in front of me.
I look forward to that. But so we were talking about some. We're kind of all over the board, which was great.
Well, no, we were talking about Gran Turismo Sport, and then we went into the IFA, and then we went in, or the IFA or FIA? FIA, and then we went into like how mainstream and esports coming together, which also translated to guilds and everything else.
Yeah.
So back on track.
We're still in the same subtopic.
Yes.
But back on track. There's some stuff that some more of the stuff that I'd like us to talk about. So Fallout 4 console mods.
Fallout 4 console mods.
I know.
Delayed indefinitely
for PlayStation.
I'm
irritated as all hell because I've been waiting for it since they originally announced it.
They said it was going to drop end of last month, and we're here at the 3rd.
And now they've officially said it's suspended indefinitely.
Yeah, they said no. They gave 0 estimated time. And apparently, the problem was whenever any mod was being put up, there was like killing all audio, which is game breaking.
Yeah.
And causing all kinds of other wackadoodle stuff. My take: it's Sony's issue. I don't think it's Bethesda's.
Yeah, I mean.
The one thing that a lot of people are saying is, hey, wait, Xbox One and Windows are all working off of a Windows 10 platform.
I see what you're saying.
Whereas Sony is not.
Right.
At all.
So it could be now. Do you think there might be any shenanigans with exclusivity? The fact that Bethesda
There could be.
holds that with. I mean, we'll never know.
We'll
that.
never know, but it could be because now you have Microsoft holding exclusivity rights or timed exclusivity for their console mods.
Mm-hmm.
It's in Microsoft's best interest, console-wise, for people to come over to their side.
Yeah, because
And I
we
mean,
got mods.
console people who have no PC that really want to play with mods, they're going to be trading in their PS4s, getting an Xbox, and
I know
there
a
you
few
go.
people who might,
Yeah.
who might get tired of waiting, might get tired of the oh no what ifs, and the fact that even when it was going to come out, 900 megabytes, Jesus, that's
And here's the thing, 900 megs. Oh, that's not too bad. You got to remember, consoles don't support compression.
no.
So here's a shiny gun. There goes your. There
That's
goes
it.
everything.
You want dance to look like Buzz Lightyear? That's it. That's all you got.
Yeah, that's all you got.
You know, so it's irritating. And it's disappointing. I understand that a lot of this could potentially be out of Bethesda's hands, dealing with PlayStation, whatever they got going on. Maybe PlayStation just doesn't care. And maybe they're like, oh well, you're exclusive with them, so screw you. We got Activision in our pocket right now. We're fine.
Yeah, don't get us wrong. Remember, Bethesda's one of our favorite.
Bethesda, BioWare.
Bethesda, BioWare,
Atlas.
Obsidian now for me with
Obsidian.
Pillars of Eternity, South Park, and
Can't wait to play that.
and Tyrant.
I
When
can't
that comes.
wait for South Park, the fractured butthole.
The Fractured Butthole.
The fractured butthole.
Okay.
It's gonna be great.
That's gonna be great. But no, like, I don't know how, with the way they're doing their console mods, like 900. Who gave that arbitrary number to begin? 900.
900 megabytes.
And they said that was always beta, like
Sure.
they were gonna
Sure.
eventually increase it, like if they could. But like, what? Come on!
It's
Like, what's the issue?
like I've got about what time is it? 3. I've got 12 hours. I've got about 19 and a half hours to decide whether or not I want to try to buy Fallout 4 on PC so that I can actually run mods, because it's on sale on Steam.
You
for
don't
30
even have to
bucks
run
right
the
now.
graphics mods. You can run all the extra stuff.
All I want to run is some of the mods that make sense, like crafting your own ammo, some of the different
Adding more weapons.
Adding
Adding
more
more.
weapons.
Like you, like
Weapons
because
are
for
so
you,
limited.
you don't even have to touch the graphical mods at all.
I don't need to. That looks great.
You don't need to do the realistic lighting. You don't need to do the shadows. I mean, some of them are really cool, but you don't have to touch them.
I just want the extra items, the extra versatility, the extra different armor types. Because best case scenario, if I don't want to wear power armor, because power armor is OP, I don't always want to wear it. I want to.
I'm not wearing it on my current playthrough.
If I want to make a stealth person, the best armor I can go is like combat armor, shadowed, and it looks like garbage, and that's not something a stealth would use.
No, they actually have great looking stuff.
I know. I saw
now.
the one you run with the
Rebel.
The Rebel with the backpack. I want a backpack.
And it actually adds carry weight.
Can I get a fucking backpack?
Like,
So-
and pouches from Skyrim.
Or
Oh
a
my god,
purse.
the pouches in the
I
bandolier.
can put on my red dress and a purse.
and your minigun
Right?
with the head. Oh my
But
god!
I just wanted, because Fallout is like, like we said, we love these sandbox games, do what you want. And to try to really make what you want out of your character is hard when your console is limiting you to 900 megabytes. And it's just...
like, yes, we never had mods before
No. So...
as console, but you're getting them now.
But my next door neighbor has it, and I don't get to have it because I chose the wrong console.
That's bullshit.
So...
And that, like, when you get right down to it, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
You chose the wrong console.
and yeah, so I personally prefer, when it comes to consoles, I prefer the PlayStation over the Xbox for several reasons. But if
And
things
they
keep
certain
getting better out of the
exclusives.
other one, I mean, what am I going to be left with? What choice do they start saying? But so enough about Bethesda. As much as I love them, to keep
Keep hurting us. They keep kicking us in the nuts.
right in the nuts, right in the nuts,
Right in the nards.
Right, but how about we take a look at Escape from Tarkov?
Let's go to Escape from Tarkov.
I'm excited about this. Is this the one that we saw that was that very survival-esque
Yes.
sort of shooter?
But with the amazing gun customization.
I think so.
So, you're going to become a real-life gunsmith
So
after you get familiar with this game.
just so our viewers are kind of clear, I purposely sometimes don't watch stuff until we talk about it here to try to give you my genuine reaction.
Yes.
So I know that we're going to be looking at this, but I'm like, hey, you know what? You're very knowledgeable in that subject. Let me get surprised. Let me see what how a typical gamer might react to this.
Yeah. So
And I'm lazy.
we actually have 2 videos to go. One dropped this week, and another one dropped, I think, the week before, but I didn't see it.
Oh.
And it's exclusive gameplay. So one is about 10 minutes, and the other one's about 15.
You want to watch them back to back?
Pretty much. We'll go with the one that dropped this week.
Okay, the newest one.
Yeah, so let's start with that. Boom, boom, boom. We're going to load that up. All right.
We're going to start when you muted for a while.
Actually, we don't even need to mute. There's no talking.
Oh, okay.
So there's no talking. There's going to be gunshots and walking stuff, so we can actually sit here and commentate and talk.
Okay.
We're just going to shrink us down to itty-bitty peoples. And actually, I'm going to throw us up here because there's nothing up there.
Wrong throw-ups.
Yep. So,
Here we go.
yep, let me
Desktop.
switch it over to the desktop. Here we go. And play. And now turn it up for us.
And their volume's low.
It is pretty low. It's very quiet. It's just footsteps. There's nothing to do about that.
Okay. They're not going to double hear it.
Oi? See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, it's very realistic. You guys might hear a little bit of double from, like, the gunshots. See,
Oh, yeah.
he picked up some morphine. How he picked that out, like, I don't know. Right now he's using an M16 with a suppressor on it.
Reticle of some sort, or red
Yep.
dot.
You got a reflex sight going on. But what really interests me, what I really like about this, is when he searches somebody, you have you have
know
the
what?
stuff on someone's backpack, you have their pockets and their pouches. You have to click on them and hit search. You actually have to see. You don't immediately see everything in someone's bag.
That makes sense.
And it slowly shows you each thing in there. And then you can choose to take it. No.
It looks like it. I feel like I've seen this.
No, this was not at E3. You've seen one before, I think I showed you.
He's going to lock up. There's going to be a body at the end over there that he searches.
This wasn't at E3, though.
We watched it somewhere.
I was showing you.
Was that
Separately.
what it was?
Yeah, we never showed this on stream.
Oh, okay. Well, then I have seen this one. But that's fine. Oh, what was it?
Did you watch the whole thing?
I thought I did.
Oi?
fine.
You're still talking. Look, like, I love how
You have to.
it's realistic, how someone in the military would really open the door.
You're not going to push a gun down.
No, he reached over, kept his rifle out, so he could still pull the trigger. I'm wondering what kind of rig's going to be required to run this game. I'm hoping they do a great optimization for it, but like currently this shit's still in alpha. But apparently it's still slated for this year.
Really?
Yes.
Speaking of slates that don't make sense, we'll have to talk about the NX later.
Nope. We will definitely talk about the NX later. But so this is supposed to be a PvE/PvP. So I guess the new term everyone's using nowadays is called PvX. So it's
Player
both.
versus all.
I guess, I don't know.
That makes sense, I guess.
So
Ay.
see, look at that.
Oh.
You actually shoot up the lights.
I would have punched them.
I know, right? But yeah, sounds so no one can hear them. We get.
Well, see, that's bullshit.
I think people really don't understand how silencers work.
I was going to agree for a second, and I was like, no.
Oh.
No.
Oi, 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 bro! You want to aim a little bit? Oh, real kick.
No hit markers.
No hit markers.
No hit marker.
At least not yet. They haven't.
That's true. That could be.
There could be, but I don't think so. With the way they're doing. Oi! Watch this. I like the vaulting system. He knows that dude's back there. Oi! Oi! Sounds like a pea shooter, man. It is a 5.56 with a suppressor. I mean, it's really not that loud. Oi. Said enough of that shit.
Oh, AK.
AK-74. Then he has to have ammo. He's got to check to make sure it has ammo. If he's even going to use it.
This looks really good for an alpha.
Right? That's what everyone's saying. It looks so good for an alpha.
So did Watch Dogs.
It's true. But the other thing is, this company is... this is their first game.
Is this also a PC game though?
Yes.
Non-console.
Purely PC. I am a PC-centered channel for the most part. Like, I cover news from everywhere, but at least until we can maybe do some streaming of a 3DS, which would be dope. Oh, see, here we go. See, he's got to pick the magazines he wants.
Everything's
to put
still
in
going on
there.
around and the game's not
Yo,
paused.
game's not paused.
Oh, there you go. Just slapping that silencer on there.
And he takes that off, puts that one on, and then you have to make sure.
That's the right clip.
Yup. And make sure you put it in your pouch so that he can like grab it, quick access to it.
Better move.
And what's in there?
Oh,
There it is.
Look at that.
But on the move too, though.
Yeah.
Which is tight. And right now, I believe this is not PvP. I think this is a PvE scenario.
No, yeah, it hasn't been
he's doing.
teabagging yet, so it's not PvP until it's teabag.
But
Hashtag Brexit. Teabags.
us, when we broke away,
Well, you know, we had a little tea
we
party.
teabagged the whole port. Boom, bruh. The double tap.
Oh, how about the smoking gun?
Yeah, you see that?
That
The
was-
little details,
That's what it comes down to, man.
like the stitching on the glove.
Drop this gun.
Yep.
Yeah, fuck this gun. Oh,
Dude, shotgun.
Oh. Oh, what's that?
He got scared. He said, "Hey!"
Run away!
Someone had a beat on him.
Oh,
Boy!
oh.
Oh, dude, that was luck, bro. See, watch. Here we go.
Body.
See, you can't see anything, but you hit search, and then okay, it has 4 pockets. Okay, here comes.
Got some.
There's
time.
what's there.
That's all he found.
He didn't bother searching the rest, but
Oh. So he could have. He could have searched the backpack. He could have searched.
he could have searched everything.
I would have.
Look, if you see that, you check to make sure it's loaded. I think that's a quick tap on reload, and you check real quick. And you hold it a little longer to do an
Because
actual
I'm noticing
reload.
there's no UI.
No UI so far. I don't know if they're going to do like a light UI that only pops up when you need it. Like a dynamic.
I'm almost okay with no UI, man.
It makes it really hardcore. Insurgency does that. Like you have almost no UI. Just it pops up for a few seconds to let you know, hey, this is what's going on. Like if you go to reload. Not even then sometimes.
Yeah. I'm such a weird I was holding it. Oh, that's his thumb.
That's his thumb,
Okay.
and no one holds a shotgun right here. They need to move it to the down to the right a little bit.
Because you're not gonna.
You do not. Yeah, shotguns have tremendous kick.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're shooting buckshot. I don't care what the fuck you're shooting. They have kick.
Yeah.
Like I've gone
So
shooting
like,
with
oh,
shotguns.
that's a little bit of a glitch there.
Yeah.
So
And
what's,
like I said, it's
so
the
what's
alpha.
what's going on with this game? Like, what are you trying to accomplish?
So you're in Russia after some catastrophe.
That explains the guns.
Yep. Well, even the M16s for crying out loud. And M4s.
No, the fact that they're just laying all over the place.
Okay, yeah.
Russia, guns have a right to own you.
Yes. Here we go. We're at the actual fight. Oh! That is so satisfying.
Yeah.
You hear the shell hit the floor?
Like remember when we used to play? I think it was Battlefield 4 or 3 when we played with the headsets, good headsets for the first time. We're shooting that M60. Oh, you heard him here.
I think this is the end. I think he's gonna go out now. I think you'll see scenario ended when he actually leaves. Yeah, here it goes. So there's a catastrophe that happened. It's gonna have survival. Apparently, there's gonna be like PvE raids. So you run with a group and get through. Like it's gonna be hardcore. Like you saw how quickly people go down.
Destiny-ish.
Maybe, but way more realistic / hardcore. Oi, bruh, shotgun.
Oh, there you go.
Boy. And then there's the end. So yeah, that's the new video that came out. So what are you thinking of that video?
Well, that looks really fun. It's interesting to see a shooter start to take it so seriously. Versus, like we enjoy some of the silly shooters like Borderlands and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But it's really cool to see. I like that level of immersion that'll bring. If you've got a team of guys or people going around,
like imagine
surviving.
me, you, Dart. I know Buck was looking at
American
it.
Infidel will play this for sure.
American Infidel will play this for sure.
He'd love it.
Hey, what's up, Spilthin? Thanks for the heads up. But yeah, it's just YouTube. It's not. I'm not streaming other streams, bro.
Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see. Me, you, Infidel, I know
Wes.
I think Dart's down to play, and I'm pretty sure Buck would be down to play too.
Nice. I'm really excited for our 7 Days to Die server to go up.
Looking at you, Buck. Buck nasty.
No, so I'm really excited for that. Escape from Tarkov looks fun. I'm excited to see where they go with it. A release this year. It just says 2016, so we'll see.
This is alpha footage still.
They could just be showing their alpha footage. Doesn't mean that that's as far as they're done.
True. This could be very older, like a lot older videos. Like that doesn't mean this is current right now where they're at.
No, this is what they're showing. I mean, look at for example, with with Bethesda, they'll show us something. Hey, it's out in 3 months. I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Hey, whoa, hey.
Which reminds me, I think they're lying through their teeth with the fact that they're not working on Elder Scrolls 6. I think they're lying through their teeth.
Well, okay. When you say when they say work on, what do you think they mean?
Well, they say it is not actively in development or something. Some word.
They said actively in development.
They said not actively in development.
So what is their version of development? Because
what's
bet
their
you
version
money
of
it's at
actively?
least in concept stage. Or storyboarding.
More than
I
that.
guarantee.
It's gotta,
you think somewhat there's actual code being written right now, like people are putting our assets in and that kind of stuff.
I would say, I don't know how long a game would take to physically.
Well, for them, it takes forever.
Yeah, right. So that's why I think it's much farther along than they're telling us.
And even like they said, right after Skyrim, they were working on Fallout 4.
Sure. So that took them.
They
Fallout
were
4,
yeah.
Fallout 4 came out 2015,
11.
so it took them 4 years. So say they stopped working. Say immediately as soon as they finished Fallout 4, they grabbed the core team. All right, cool. Now you're working on Elder Scrolls 6. If we see it in 4 years from last year, so 2019.
Yep.
But I don't know. I just feel like that would be too long of an interval.
That's how they do it.
No, I mean we got
Skyrim was
5.
2011.
Yes.
We are in
Fallout 3 was
2016.
08. Fallout 3 was 08. It was only 3 years.
Don't go off Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas.
3. 3 was 08.
We also had.
And we had New Vegas. But New Vegas was being done by ZeniMax. Or
Obsidian.
Obsidian Entertainment. And then in 2006...
And Obsidian said they want to do another Fallout really bad.
Good. That's fine. I have no problem with New
I'd be
Vegas.
so down for them to grab
That's
this
fine.
engine and just run with more
nuts.
stuff.
Yeah, go nuts. So, Escape from Tarkov looks cool. I'm excited for a very realistic shooter. I think it would bring something else to the table. You know, like we've been playing Payday with the guys lately, and it's been a ton of fun.
Yeah.
So I think taking it another step further. So maybe we'll get a taste of this with 7 Days to Die when we start doing that here in the near future.
Bro, that's going to be...
Escape from Tarkov will be a ton of fun.
7 Days to Die. Take Minecraft.
I know.
But add a whole lot of baddies. And every 7 days, it's horror.
Well, just don't know this is
Because
not a
Dart
democracy.
hit the first... He was talking like, it's kind of cool, whatever. He hit his first 7th night. He was like, the fuck just happened?
No, yeah, I've seen some of the trailers for it, and I know it's a live action trailer, so it's not the same.
Yeah.
But obviously, but it's no, I'm excited to play that. So, I think I would like to talk a little bit about Paragon's MOBA scene
Okay.
and where we might see some of the MOBAs going, because
We're not the worst MOBA players, but we are fucking sure not the best.
I'm pretty bad.
We're not that
I'm not
great.
gonna lie. I know that my team loses. So okay, now do we still count Overwatch as a MOBA? And it's a champion MOBA or
It's
champion shooter.
technically a MOBA, but
So-
I don't.
Our team, and by our team I mean our core guys of Dart and everybody, Infidel and all that. When I play Heroes of the Storm with you guys, our win ratio goes down. I know that.
Heroes of the Storm?
Heroes
Yes.
of the Storm. But when I play Overwatch with y'all, we start
Goes
winning.
up. We hit
Because
about 80%.
I'm the best Mercy. I mean, you saw me. You saw my 4-man heal, my 4-man res.
Bruh, you finally did it. You got the cute spray.
Got my cute spray, and right afterwards, I shot down that Roadhog. Did you see that?
Yes,
that was
I
a
did.
4-man res, and I was
And then
like,
you
"Ugh."
killed the Roadhog.
So that was a ton of fun. I had a ton of fun with that. But so what Paragon's doing, and some people are saying that it's better than Smite. I still think I'm always gonna tip my hat to Smite for giving us the best purchasing model.
Out of all the MOBAs. All of them so far.
$30 is what we paid. You know, that was the initial price. I don't know what it is now. It's probably the same or a little bit more or something.
Bear in mind, it is a free to play.
is
But
free
we
to play.
paid $30.
And we get access to every single champion that existed, or god is what they call them, and every god that comes out afterwards.
All of them.
All of them, period.
Forever.
And there was no asterisks, nothing like that. Not, you're buying a season pass.
Yeah,
or
you're
nothing like
getting all the ones now and the next 10. None of
Yeah.
that. We're getting all of them
So
forever.
That has been my favorite model so far.
Yeah, and then they do really good skins that make you want to buy. Like, I think that's how you should do it. You have an art team that goes, let's make some really good skins. And you know what you do? You put them up for a short period of time. And then people are like, I really want it. I need to get it before it goes away. Let me buy it.
Trust me, I've logged on and I looked at some skins that I missed, and
I've come this freaking close.
Well, you bought the Loki skin.
Oh, I had to buy the
Infiltrator.
Infiltrator Loki skin because
was
I
dope.
was so beast with Loki.
Maybe we should do some
we
Smite
really should
streaming.
do some Smite.
Some
They-
Smite streaming.
we got multiple gods out now.
I used to play as Chalk.
Jock, the god of rain, the
Yes.
Aztec god of rain.
That's right. Or was he Mayan?
I can't remember.
Mayan or
I'm
Aztec?
a fucking
I think it's
asshole now.
Mayan. I think it's Mayan.
I'm a fucking asshole now.
Chalk. Yeah, he was awesome. I love Chalk. Also, when I played by myself a little bit, I was playing as Thor a bit. I was actually not. And then I played as Medusa randomly, and I was good for a
What do
little
you
bit.
play mostly?
What do you mean?
I know you don't do conquest. What mode?
The big arena.
You do the arena?
Yeah.
I do the arena too for the most part.
It's a little bit more friendly for my low skills. I am determined to get better at MOBAs. So
I think we should play Smite. I think that's what we were better at.
we were better at it.
And we were playing Smite before you got your big MOBA healer kick.
That is true.
So you never really played the healers. You did the tanks. And
That's true.
yeah, you never touched them. You never touched Aphrodite. You never touched Cupid. You never touched any of them. I'd like to touch Aphrodite too. So play Aphrodite. That's where I learned that I was good with.
So what's the
rogues.
buzz? What's the buzz with Paragon? Why are they trying to say it's better than this or better than that?
One, it
Changing
looks
the scene.
pretty as fuck.
It does. These graphics are
It's
very
the
beautiful.
most beautiful looking MOBA out right now. It's being done in the brand new Unreal Engine that launched. I think Unreal Engine 4 or 5. I think
We're
I
at
forget
5,
where we're
I
at.
don't know.
It's in the newest Unreal Engine. It's got good mechanics. It's still in beta or alpha. No, it's still in alpha. They still have alpha content out. Yeah, you have a giant. So like their boss, you know the big bad that you fight in a MOBA, you get the buff for everybody.
Right.
Theirs is still a purple, like outline. There's no texture. There's no nothing.
What?
That people call it the purple gummy bear.
Oh no.
And then all the little jungle creatures.
Oh, it's by
they're-
Epic Games.
Yeah, the people who own Unreal.
Right. Well, these are the guys that give us Unreal Tournament.
Yes.
Ah,
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. All the jungle creatures, they're all placeholder, no texture,
Oh God.
bare bones crap. Like type in Paragon purple gummy.
No, no.
I swear. That's so it's still an alpha, and they're releasing a champion every 2 weeks, which is kind of cool. Does it even? Do you type in Paragon right?
I don't know.
Purple gummy bear. Maybe, whatever. So there's that, and then the one thing I don't like at all.
Yeah.
Does it show it at all?
I don't know, dude.
No,
Black
is
Wing.
that?
No. I don't know. Anyway.
The one thing I don't like at all is the card system. How
So-
you build your decks.
What do you mean their card system?
So Smite, in game or Smite League, any of those. You're in game. As you play, you earn currency.
All right.
When you hearth back, you spend it on items
boots.
to boost yourself.
Right.
Which
is what I like about Heroes, the fact that it doesn't have that.
Yeah. In Paragon, before the match starts, you build a deck. Then you go in. And when you go in, your deck is randomly drawn.
Randomly drawn?
Like you have a deck of cards,
Okay.
and then those cards can randomly pop up.
Okay.
So like you draw a hand, kind of,
Okay.
out of your deck. Then you spend the points you get from leveling up. You put it into the points for the cards that you drew. Then each one requires a certain amount. And then you have a card, and then it has 3 other cards that can fit inside of that also upgrade it with certain things. But in order to get those cards, you have to play. So people who play 20 hours a day, 7 days a week, are going to have more cards than you. They're going to already be in an advantage.
So it's not friendly to pick up and play that Smite and
No, this
League
is
of
for
Legends.
people who want to play now and plan on playing until the game dies. Wow. Unfortunately, that's the one thing I don't like. I don't like about it.
Part of the appeal of MOBAs is being able to just pick up and play, do a match or two, and all right, cool, I'm done for the day. You know,
Or sit there and be competitive as all hell.
Or whatever.
But even then, that's why I like... See, even League had a similar thing with the mastery points. You get these small increases that slowly build up. The longer you play, the more mastery points you get, the more you can fill out your page.
Okay.
You can buy the little runes.
Oh,
Smite
yeah,
has
yeah, yeah.
none of that.
None.
It is purely your skill in game, and then spending, and then your
Buying
building
the
up
items.
buying the items that are already in. With
That's
no,
right. League of Legends, you bought the runes and you got better. It was tiny percentages, but
But they add up over time.
they
The
add
higher
up.
level you get.
so that pulls people at a disadvantage. You can't just compete. You know, if you have a buddy who's been playing for a couple of years and he's got a bunch of stuff, you guys play together. It's like, well, you're going to be super.
Well,
low
his
stats.
elo is going to be high too. Elo is the matchmaking system for
right, but still that messes it up. Whereas you're playing someone on Smite, you can bring in a new player and like, oh, cool, we'll just hop in together. I'm sure there's still a matchmaking thing.
They still have an elo system, an MMR matchmaking rank.
Right, but still not as harsh as League of Legends.
No, it's not harsh because like say I'm good at MOBAs, but I'm just now starting out in Smite.
Let's pretend.
But let's say I'm just now starting out in Smite.
Right.
I am not at a disadvantage from someone who's been playing Smite since it started.
Right.
At all.
I prefer Smites.
I like
and
Smites.
Heroes of the Storm for that matter.
Yeah, Heroes too. Heroes, there's
love
no
Heroes
item
too.
buying. It's pure skill.
Pure skill and level up your skill points, and then you have the options and how to level up as you're going. So you have a lot of versatility within the characters. You can have two people. Well, you can't, but if you can have two of the same characters running on the same team, you can have two completely different built people.
But I mean, that's why I prefer Smite over all the others.
Yeah.
I'm not, but apparently Paragon's picking up in the MOBA scene. A lot of people are playing. It's getting really big, and the funny thing is, it's still in alpha.
Wow. And that is on consoles and PC, right?
Yes. Though I will say one of the great things is, you can, it copies your account. You're able to play on both.
Smite allowed me to do that as well.
Yes, Smite did too.
Yeah.
So, boom, there you go.
Smite did it.
Smite did it. For
I really love Smite. And I remember when Smite first came out, they were getting a lot of flack because a lot of their female gods were very provocatively dressed. And it's... I don't know. I just thought it was silly.
A lot of them were provocative. Okay, let's be real. How hot is Egypt?
Very.
and when you look at how females were portrayed back then, they covered their boobs and their cooters and their butts. That's about it.
Yeah.
It was too hot.
Yeah, it's...
So like Neith, the archer chick,
Right.
she's dressed like, yes, they're gonna make things bounce.
Well,
and stuff,
well,
but
one thing that I've always thought is funny...
it's a game! Come on!
In games and comics and stuff, no matter your gender, you're going to go into combat. I feel like you're going to put armor on, not just a loincloth.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't... Well, because I don't like censorship.
I don't. I think
I-
artists should be able to do what the fuck they want. It's their mind, their vision. They're the artists.
And they're like, oh, my kid's
You're not
gonna
an
see
artist.
it.
You're not getting paid for it. If you don't want your kid playing it, don't let them play it.
Yeah, it's simple.
You're the parent. Like, it's not that hard. Apparently it is. But
Apparently. Well, because like in the establishment we work in, whenever someone comes up with any child that's nowhere near their teenage years, or at least 15, 16, because I understand. Like, I was allowed to play M-rated games when I was 15, 16, but because I showed a rated M maturity for what I did, I understood that in-game hookers are in-game hookers. You can't walk up to a hooker on the street and be like, give me all your money, I'm going to shoot you in the face. You could, but there's consequences.
But there's consequences.
So I
in a
understood
game,
that.
there's no consequences.
I was allowed to play M-rated games, but then of course other rules. My younger siblings couldn't be around and all that kind of stuff. But when I had someone just yesterday, child must have been 8 or 9 years old, and I'm telling the person, "There's this GTA 5. I'm like, this is rated M for," and I throw in my own blood, guts, violence, hooker killing. I'll read off what's there, and then I'll throw in some more. I try to discourage parents from buying their child this stuff. I know it's not my job to. But I'm like, I feel like, well, and then on the other hand, I've had parents, especially non-English
Oh, he
speakers.
plays everything. Oh, and that's the hardest one. Is not you can't tell them. You can't tell them anything, especially if you don't speak the language. They
Well-
just come up and go "sí,"
Well,
or
I
whatever.
speak Spanish.
Well, you speak Spanish,
So
but you
I
know
had
what I
one.
mean.
Well, it was funny because my coworker was ringing this person up, and he was trying to tell her, and she didn't speak English. So I walk over and I tell her in Spanish, "Hey, this is what's in here." She looks at her child, smacks him upside the head. "Are you fucking kidding me?" She tells him in Spanish. She tells him in Spanish, "Are you kidding me? You're trying to get me to buy you this?" And it's cochinero. It's like this dirty thing. It's one of those words that are hard to translate. It's like, you want me to buy you this dirty mess? Essentially, what she was saying. You can do what? What do you want to do with a hooker? You don't know what to do with a hooker. I was like, damn, Mom. I'm like, I tell her, and I look at the kid, and I could just see his hate. And
I know.
And that day, I ate his salty tears. I ate them.
Like when a kid brings up Saints Row with a parent.
Oh, what do you mean is rated M? Well, one of the weapons you get is a giant purple rubber dildo.
That you beat people with. Yep, that's
Look at
the
the child.
first look all the time. What? Or, I don't care. Okay, Parent of the year. But here's the thing, though. Did you know it is not a California law to not give an M-rated? We won that right as a game industry against
Censorship?
Mayor... No.
Johnson?
No, Governor Schwarzenegger. That we can sell M-rated games to anybody because it's considered a work of art. It's art. It is not considered. We can. So the M rating means nothing. It's a guideline, but legally we can sell. It's just our establishment's policy to not let anyone. We censor the company censors itself.
So,
But you cannot. You like. It is
So-
not against the law.
is that company doing it then to protect themselves for liability, where a parent could get mad, not knowing what the child bought, and then they see what the child bought, and like, oh, it's your fault, you sold it to them. So they're that's why now they have the rule set.
But
you have to be 18 with an ID.
But our establishment could always fall back on it's the law. Like I don't have.
But I thought it
can
wasn't.
sell it.
I thought it wasn't now.
No. Like it's the law. I can sell it to him or her. Like it's
Yeah.
not against the law to
Right.
sell an M-rated game.
Right. I agree 100%. Video games are a work of art. Look at some of the
In
masterpieces.
California. Sorry. In California.
Look at some of the masterpieces like The Last of Us. It's to me that's a masterpiece game. Or some of the ones that even maybe I haven't played but I really appreciate, like Ico and Shadow of the Colossus. Beautiful games, magnificently just works of art. I agree, art shouldn't be censored. However, a child. I mean, I don't believe in nanny laws. I don't like nanny laws. I don't even think requiring people to wear a seatbelt should be a law.
If you want to die from a car accident,
stupid
it's your
people should be
fault
allowed
to do stupid things.
to do stupid things. Slightly, not want to get too political. To whoever's listening, that's what we're talking into. Gunfight.
Yeah, it's
Welcome.
our gunfight. Welcome. This is our podcast. We're talking to anyone who's listening.
We're talking to you.
Yep, we're talking to you.
So, but I don't believe in nanny laws. So when it comes to gaming, yes, I believe there shouldn't be a law prohibiting M-rated game sales to children. But that's like we said, that should come into the parenting. Without trying to get too political, that should come into the parenting. You as a parent should be able to control what your child doesn't. Of course,
But
yes.
that's what California fought for and won.
Yeah, so that's good.
And yeah.
So that's good, which is slightly surprising for California.
I know, right?
It's slightly surprising.
It's very surprising.
But I'm for that. I like that. But like I said, as a hopefully future parent, I won't let my children. I mean, yes, it's gonna be like me. I was allowed to play rated M games at age 15, 16. Does every 15, 16-year-old have the capacity to understand and fully be able to separate fiction from real life?
Not all the time.
You gotta take each child. I know 20-year-olds who shouldn't be playing rated M games because they know how
Seriously.
boobs. Come on, you make us look bad. But
So what else is on the agenda?
well,
I
we
know.
have some Nintendo stuff to talk about. We have some. There's one more thing as we're talking about, before we move off of software completely. I want to talk about Final Fantasy VII Remake
Oh, okay.
real quick. I'm
Final Fantasy VII remake. Is that what it is? Is that what we're doing? Is that remake
I
or
believe,
reboot
No, well,
or remaster? Like where are we?
yes.
All of it.
It's an HD remaster in the sense it's a game that already exists that they're going to bring to 2016.
Okay.
Or 17 or 18 or 19, whenever it comes out. However, their argument I don't like because I actually searched it. How much memory can a PS1 disc hold? And the answer to that is
Was FF7 PS1?
700. Yeah, FF7 was PS1. Because there were just CDs back then. Final Fantasy
Regular
VII,
CD.
whatever
Compact
CDs.
disc.
Compact disc. Final Fantasy VII was on 3 discs originally on PS1. It was a 3-disc game.
Oh, I forgot all of them were 3 discs.
Remember?
2 to 3 discs.
Remember, it was the big, huge one with a flap in the middle.
Fuck yeah.
750 megabytes per disc is what that could hold. Fairly impressive for 1990
Actually,
something.
for the 90s.
Blu-ray discs now hold 50 gigabytes with the potential, the possibility of reaching up to 200 gigabytes given the layering system that they can do.
I thought it was a dual layer of 25 gigs each.
And they can do more than that. They can continue. Apparently, some companies are looking at some proprietary layering of Blu-ray discs because that's kind of what Nintendo does. Because they don't have a Blu-ray disc, it's a Blu-ray disc.
Yeah,
They don't
because
call
you
it
can
that.
feel it. You're like,
Oh, it's a Blu-ray disc.
It's
for
a
sure.
fucking Blu-ray
But-
disc.
But Sony owns the rights to Blu-ray, so it's not called a Blu-ray. It's called something else. But it's the same exact technology, just
Slightly
different, layered differently, and everything. But through the different layerings, a Blu-ray disc can reach up to 200 gigs per disc.
God damn.
Pretty huge.
It's bigger than some people's hard drives.
So 750 times 3 is not 200 gigabytes. 750 megabytes is not 200 gigabytes. So now I understand. They're remaking this Final Fantasy VII from the ground up. Not just retexturing, not even going to be the same combat style.
no, I actually
Nothing.
seen.
I do have a video
early
ready for us if you want to watch it. It's only a couple minutes long. It's actually very cool. And I know that one of our viewers would enjoy watching this because we just made that viewer watch shooter stuff, and she don't care for shooter stuff. But she might like this.
Well, when is it?
Final